Saving India's democracy. When you think about India, you probably think about spicy food, colorful clothing, ancient architecture, and of course, Bollywood. What you probably don't think of is the rise of Hindu fascism. Mobs of people killing religious minorities and not being held responsible. Military lockdowns, especially in places like Kashmir, or of citizenship laws that strip away the citizenship rights of tens of millions of mainly Muslims, or of the building of modern-day concentration camps. The world's largest democracy of nearly 1.3 billion people is threatened by the rise in this far-right ultra-nationalistic ideology called Hindutva. It's not only impacting people who live in India, but is spreading Islamophobia all across the world, including here in the US. But what exactly is Hindutva, and why is it of growing power in India today? Though Hinduism is a religious ideology that's been around for thousands of years, modern-day Hindutva is something that is very recent. Hindutva is a nationalist political ideology around this loose concept of Hinduness. The core belief is that India should be a nation for Hindus, in which Hindus are superior to other groups of people that live inside that same country. Although 80% of India is Hindu, there are over 200 million Muslims that call India their home, along with millions of Christians, Buddhists, Sikhs, and many other faiths. That India should be known as a nation of Hindus, and that it transforms Hinduism, which is a religion, into a race. The defining moment of Hindutva in India was in 1992 during the destruction of the Babri Masjid. This 500-year-old masjid was targeted by Hindutva nationalists in order to destroy that building and to create rioting within that country. After the destruction of that masjid, it led to Muslim-Hindu riots across India in which over 2,000 people were killed. The vast majority of them were Muslims. India's current ruling party, the BJP, used this incident as a way to further their ideology and further their messaging. And of course, today they are now in power in India, and the Prime Minister of India is none other than Narendra Modi, who uses Hindutva ideology to push his political agenda and to win elections. Over the last year, the Indian government has used Hindutva ideology in order to implement a series of oppressive laws and strategies in order to divide and control the population of India. One of those is to terminate the special autonomous region of Kashmir. Kashmir was already one of the most militarized zones in the whole world. And 1 year ago, on August the 5th, the Indian government revoked the special autonomous status and put Kashmir under a lockdown in which people are not able to open businesses, to go out in public, to have access to the internet, to have free and fair press. And that lockdown is continuing to this very day. They introduced a new citizenship law that would literally strip away tens of millions of Muslims and others of their citizen rights inside of India. With this citizenship law, the Indian government has started the construction and has finished the construction of many modern-day internment camps or modern-day concentration camps to house those people that are undesirable in modern-day India. The BJP party and its allies actively use anti-Muslim rhetoric in order to promote their vision of Hindutva ideology inside of India, to marginalize communities and to spread hate and fear within that nation. Just last week, Narendra Modi went and laid the cornerstone of a new Hindu temple that is being built on the ruins of the Babri Masjid in order to symbolize the dominance of Hindu nationalism over India's religious minorities. In Times Square, an Indian American group called the American Indian Public Affairs Committee, that has no tax ID, that has no public record, that is not registered here in the United States. However, they were able to purchase the Times Square billboard and put up a full ad promoting the construction of this Hindu temple on top of the ruins of the Babri Masjid. Another symbolic gesture showing the superiority of Hindutva ideology over India's religious minorities. What's significant about the day that they chose to lay that cornerstone and the Times Square's advertising that was taken out is that it is exactly 1 year to the dot August the 5th when Kashmir was stripped of its special autonomous region and was placed on lockdown. These gestures are not just symbolic, it is a reflection of the rise of Hindu ultra-nationalism and fascism that wants to make India a country specifically where Hindus are superior to all other people, where democracy is eroded in order to support this idea of Hindu fascism.